Alright, so in this last example we're going to learn how to take a function and break it into two functions. So we're going to view h of x here as the composition of two functions, and we want to break it back out into its two original. So the way we do this, or the way I want you guys to think about this, is just like in the previous section when we would talk about parent functions. Think of a parent function for h of x here. Call that parent function f of x. So if I have to think of a parent function for 1 over x minus 2 squared, I would probably say that it's 1 over x squared. Okay, so if that's f of x, think of a function that we could plug into x that would give us h of x. So in this case that would be x minus 2. And then compose those functions to check your answer. So for me, f of g of x, remember, is the same as f, and then g of x is the input, which in this case would be f of x minus 2. So we're replacing x and f with x minus 2. So taking that, plugging it in right there. Well, we end up with 1 over x minus 2 quantity squared, which is exactly what we wanted. So that's one way to do this. There can be, however, other answers. For example, let's say I take f of x to be just 1 over x. And g of x would then have to be x minus 2 quantity squared. Well, that is the same composition of functions. In that case, f of g of x still comes out to 1 over x minus 2 squared. So there's not always just one answer. But the way you want to think about it is write the parent function of h and then decide what you would have to input for x in the parent function so that it would become h of x. Okay? So again, in this case my parent function was 1 over x squared, and for it to become h of x I had to plug in x minus 2 for x. So then I decomposed my composition into those two functions. And again, here are two other functions that would also be acceptable.